You are going to be so glad that you stopped by to check out this edition of Media Champions today. I'm your host, Mary Therese Griffin in Atlanta. Always like to drop some knowledge on you. Today, we're talking about School of Thought. And Tom Geary is on the program today. He is the founder, and he joins us today on Media Champions. Tom, thank you for being on the show today.
My pleasure.
Let's talk about School of Thought and how you are there to help your clients.
Well, we're a creative agency, and my background is as a creative director, but increasingly we've kind of leaned into social impact work and sustainability and kind of everything good because it's rewarding for us, but also it's not getting treated as well as it could. I mean, diversity and inclusion is a big thing, but people talk about it more than they should be, in the sense that it's better to show your efforts than to tell about them. Don't
absolutely.
Do D&I.
Actually,
don't check the box.
That's it. You're exactly right. And let's talk about that process of not checking the box, but still making sure that people are on the right path. Walk me through perhaps an aha moment with someone that you've helped along the way be able to tell their story because they actually listened to the sage advice that you gave to them.
Well, I don't know about the sage advice, but thank you for that. I would say, no, we have a client and they were sponsoring a program in Seattle. And so they said, this is kind of interesting to us. And so we looked into it, and it's a coding academy, but it's designed to help women and LGBTQ folks get into coding. And so we went to the academy, which is called ADA, and we started talking to some of the students. And there was this one woman who'd always wanted to be a coder. And, coding is just ridiculously underrepresented in every sense. Mm-hmm. It's just all guys, of course. And she got into coding, and she actually was commuting between Seattle and Portland, where her family is. And she had like a 2-year-old. And so she left her baby with her husband. And we're like, this is amazing. All the sacrifices this woman was making to become a programmer. And so we said, hey, can we hang out with you? And so we actually drove with her back and forth to her home with her and met her family. And we were able to tell a story about somebody who was, an inequity that was getting righted. And it was just an amazing story about a woman who always wanted to be a programmer. And, so we were showing inclusion with this story. And rather than, just the normal thing where people are saying, of course, we're an inclusive workplace. So if you can tell a story that will make people cry, that will, hit you in the heart, it's just going to be so much more impactful. And our client was behind this woman's, they basically hired her. And so we were able to tell a story from beginning to end of this woman's amazing journey. And, it's that kind of thing that makes everybody feel good.
That's really got to be gratifying to see those kind of results, which brings me to my next question about partnering with an agency like yours, because oftentimes people will have an idea for their business or in telling their story, but it's always a good idea to partner with that outside set of eyes and ears. Why?
Well, we have the benefit of perspective. I was a creative director at Adobe, and I was the same writer at Adobe as I am outside of Adobe, but I have the benefit of perspective. I'm not on the team, and I don't have the group think and so forth. So that's the big advantage to hiring an outside, team. We come to things with a fresh set of eyes. I had a client who said, you're outside the bubble. And that's just, it's enormously valuable to have an outside perspective because especially when it comes to brand and communication, what you think, even what I think is less important, is not really important. What's critically important is what the audience thinks, what the outside world thinks about your brand and your communication and your offering. And we're basically in a position to have that perspective.
And that is why you all are the subject matter experts. Cannot thank you enough, Tom, for carving out some time to be with us today. I do hope that you'll come back on Media Champions and share more of your expertise.
Anytime, Mary Therese. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a great rest of your week. For the rest of you, if you want to make that connect with Tom, go to dailyadbrief.com and we'll make sure that it happens for you. Hope you'll join us again for more Media Champions. I'm Mary Therese Griffin in Atlanta. Hope you have a great day.